Well, today a Texas judge is hearing testimony on Karmelo Anthony's bid for a new trial. The 19-year-old was convicted in June and sentenced to 35 years in prison for fatally stabbing a fellow student. 17-year-old Austin Metcalf was the victim in the case. This happened at a high school track meet last year. Karmelo Anthony argues this was self-defense. Now, earlier this week, the original judge who presided over the murder trial was removed from the case after Anthony's attorneys raised questions about impartiality. Joining me now is our Jacqueline Lee here in the studio, as well as legal contributor Bernardo Villalona. Jacqueline, we will begin with you. So this is a case that's been divisive from the very beginning. He's convicted. What is his argument for getting a new trial?
Right. So Karmelo Anthony has actually hired a new legal team, and their whole argument is they're saying there were both legal and constitutional errors with the previous trial. Now, in the appeal, they listed several arguments, but the biggest one here, there was an alleged off-the-record agreement between prosecutors and the defense to exclude damaging character information, both about Karmelo Anthony and Austin and Hunter Metcalf. Now, Anthony's attorneys, they say due to this agreement, it affected everything. We're talking jury selection, opening statements, cross-examination of witnesses, and the defense, they apparently withheld these allegations involving the Metcalf brothers fighting, bullying, and racist language. The defense also saying Anthony's right to testify was undermined. Now, the new judge does have the opportunity to make a decision by next Monday.
Okay. Bernardo, the fact that we have a new judge at all, does that mean that Karmelo Anthony's attorneys have a case here?
Not at all. Actually, the recusal of that previous judge and a new judge being appointed, it doesn't really make a difference in the sense of affecting the decision in this case because it's a judge of equal jurisdiction, but it is a good sign. So in terms of Karmelo Anthony's stance in this case, I think he does have a good chance because being that he did not testify, and he's stating that the reason for him not testifying is because of a gentleman's agreement that took place and a violation of that, and that based on that violation, that actually affected his decision to testify. It's a substantial right that Karmelo Anthony was denied. Of course, this is going to boil down to credibility because now the prior attorney, his defense attorney, has testified, and the prosecutor is also testifying as to what that agreement consisted of to determine, number one, what was the agreement, when was there a breakdown of that agreement, at what point and what stage in this trial, and whether that breakdown was a substantial reason for Karmelo Anthony not testifying. I mean, honestly, I don't know why you would have entered into a gentleman's agreement. Everything should have been put on the record because when it comes to appeal, if it's not on the record, normally it can't be reviewed by a higher court.
Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised that any attorney would ever make a decision to have a gentleman's agreement with a case, especially one that is this high profile. Bernardo, how quickly do these procedures on determining about a possible new trial, how quickly do they generally go?
Well, at this level, the judge has to reach a decision by Monday because if he doesn't render a decision by Monday, by law, it's automatically denied. And of course, this is the very beginning. Usually you don't see an appeal at this level, meaning you're appealing to a judge of the same jurisdiction as a trial judge, but you do have a hearing going on here. What we're ultimately going to look forward to if the decision doesn't go in the way of Karmelo Anthony is appealing to a higher court that will be able to review the record extensively more than this judge.
Okay, Bernardo Villalona, Jacqueline Lee, thank you both for your time. And for much more on this case, because we know so many people are interested, ABC News Live has a new multi-platform show featuring Bernardo on it. You can watch Burden of Proof right here on ABC News Live every day, 5:30 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. Eastern. You can also watch it on demand on Disney Plus, on Hulu, or wherever you listen to your podcasts by searching Burden of Proof.